Ed and Eddie is one of the best shows ever. When I was growing up as a kid, that with Johnny Bravo, Cow and Chicken, Dexter's Lab. The best thing about it is that the only real plot of the show is just a bunch of friends hanging out and trying to fit in. The majority of their goal is just to Eddie have scams to get money to buy jawbreakers. Anyway, I think it's one of those things where now we're in the age of everyone's nostalgic and wants to see their old show come back in some form, and we're getting a lot of that happening nowadays. But not all of our shows we loved growing up gets a sequel series. A lot of people want to know, what happens next. And Ed and Eddie kind of ended on a fitting conclusion that the Eds became accepted by their peers and essentially just become a new friend group with them. And that's the goal we always wanted to have. It was the last we saw the Eds until recently when a fan-made sequel came out called Peach Creek. Now, Peach Creek, again, is fan-made. It is not an official sequel series, but it is honestly an amazing take on where to go next with the series. It still is continuity with the first series and the movie. It follows them in their last year of high school, graduation, about to face real life and the stress that comes with it. There is a story being set up that it's not obviously told yet because it just started, but it does take a dramatic turn. There's comedy there, but not the forefront. And every character's back. The animation is great. The music is amazing. And there even is a scene where May Kanker has a nightmare and the animation shifts to the original animation from the first show. I think it's called squiggle animation. It's very distinct that only a few shows have, one being Ed and Eddie. So the fact that they were able to replicate it and have it almost 100% to looking like a scene cut out of the show is amazing. And the characters, everyone obviously will say, well, it's not the original voice actors, and that's fine to say. You can argue that, but I think the voice actors take its own interpretation, but you can still believe it's the grown-up version of Ed and Eddie. The continuity, it still follows the original show because there is a reference to Johnny being now the outcast of all the friend group, and it seems that he abandoned Plank along the way as well. And I think what is also great about Peach Creek is that it is still a slice of life show that focuses on the main group of characters. Besides the 9 we see in the original show, there's really no other character besides Eddie's brother who appeared in the movie. It focuses on what they're going through at their time, and I think because Ed and Eddie focused on kids growing up and hanging out, kind of picks up on that, but then gives what can they face next that bring the story forward and tell newer stories. And I think they've captured the idea of that. It gives that sense of nostalgia of being a kid to now growing up and having the choices of what can go next and having work and dealing with problems. So I'm very interested in where this goes next, and I think you're a fan of Ed and Eddie, you'll love this show, or at least you'll give it a shot and check it out. Support the creators if you want to, and just see where it goes because I'm dying to see what happens next. It looks very promising. The humor's still there. The reference to calling Johnny 2x4, that's a joke that the writers will probably say in the first series, of how they break the fourth wall in a one-liner and then go back to the conversation. That's something that the show did great.
Did we even ever call him that in the original show?
Season 1, I think.
I'd swear, but standards won't let me.
So they're capturing the humor as well. You want to see them announce a sequel and continuation or reboot. It's one of those things where you are hoping you hear about it, but then don't get it. So someone's like, well, I can do it then. And they're doing it, and it looks great. If you've never seen Ed and Eddie, probably comparable to the Peanuts cartoons. It's one of those things that it's meant to capture a moment of life that's nostalgic to whoever's watching it or reflect on whoever's currently watching it. I heard about this when it first came out, and I think all that was posted was the teaser trailer. There was a pause after they released the teaser and some mini episodes, and there is a pinned comment in the first episode explaining there was a break, and not getting too much into or speculating what happened. It's good that they're able to come back and work on this episode and make more afterwards, or hopefully post more. I think it's something worth looking into. Alright, that's all I have right now for this. I just want to discuss this because I don't see really, besides a couple reaction videos happening here and there, I have not seen anyone actually discuss how good the show is doing and how much that there is a lot of potential there that is put in the show that needs to be acknowledged, that should be addressed, because I think it's something that is hard to do. It's hard to get a fan base to give a non-official continuation a shot and then meet expectations that obviously are always going to be higher. It's going to be hard to match them. But with what is shown so far, I think there is a future in what can be done with the show. I say check it out, watch it, and also watch this channel. It is videos coming soon ish. Anyway, yeah. Hey, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, goodbye.